Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, here we are back again. It is LITE against Moonan. It's the finals of the CraftCup LITE number 33, and Moonan is up 1-0. There we see the HFGLGLHF by both guys, and it is close position on Metalopolis. I'm not sure why Bly not decided to play on Scrap Station. It is loser's picks. He could have decided to play on Scrap Station, and he did not. He did not even try to play on Shakura's plateau, and it looks like, of course, Bly is not the type of guy who wants to play Zerg on 5 bases. That's why maybe the reason he was not trying to play on Shakura's plateau, which of course is the macro map at the moment, at least in the Blizzard ladder map pool. And what's interesting as well is that Bly, his playstyle is more or less 2 base, 3 base. I will not use the word all in, but he just likes to get a nice amount of units out of 2 or 3 bases and then constantly go for attack, be aggressive. He likes some interesting playstyles with queens, and like we saw already 2 times today with proxy hatcheries and stuff. And oh, he is going for the fast hatchery once again. The last game, this was actually what broke his neck. He scouted, he saw close positions by air is no base at all. So now it's a 50-50 chance whether the forces of Moonan are here, the base, or if it's actually on cross position. And it will be on close position. And now Bly will see not only the base of Moonan, but he will spot the second barracks there as well. And this is not looking good at all for him. So Bly, he needs to adjust, he needs to watch out, he needs to build as much stuff as possible, he needs to waste as less and sacrifice as less drones as possible, and he needs to be as sure about the about his decision making regarding where to place, where to build the spine quarters and where to reburrow the spine quarters. Of course, if you, for example, build a spine quarter at this location, you pretty much secure the ramp, but you leave your mineral line vulnerable. And Metalopolis and Zellnager Caverns are both maps where your natural expansion is pretty much exposed. So the hatchery now finished for Bly. The creep starts to spread from this hatchery on, but here are the forces of Moonan already, and Moonan decides to build this first bunker here at this location. I mean, if I would be the Zerg player, I would just say, okay, let him build this first bunker there. And once again, Bly going for the passive spine quarter there. Moonan is moving out with more marines, with more Zerglings, with more SCVs. So 2 SCVs got taken out. Now it's only 3 SCVs left and 3 marines left, but there are 4 marines in total, and now he decided to go for the next spine crawler and next bunker, and this next spine crawler is finished in 3 seconds. So he just needs to, why is he constantly attacking the marines? He needs Zerglings. You need the Zerglings to protect your spine crawler when you rearrange your spine crawler. He needs to burrow the spine crawler at this location somewhere, and then he needs all of his Zerglings to force the marines to run away. Like right now, he needs to charge in there, so 1 marine gets taken out, still 5 marines left, 1 in the red, 2 in the yellow. And why is he running away? He needs to attack, he needs to sacrifice his Zerglings to get the spine crawler out. Spine crawler lost about 150 HP, but still 130 is still enough to do some damage. So second spine crawler, and someone is lagging. And of course this is not very good. So second spine crawler just finished in time, because of the fact that the natural expansion is not that exposed, but it's still very exposed. For example, like on Shakura's Plateau, Lost Temple, the second spine crawler can be a little bit more effective there. And interesting move by Moonan to build a bunker at this location. Of course, having a single queen here on the high ground or having a single roach on the high ground will be very good now. Bly is not that in a bad of a position like he was in the last game. He was able to rearrange the spine crawler without it getting attacked, and now he can attack the bunker. And if Moonan decides to move in here with this with his forces. There are actually 2 spine crawlers which are able to do damage, and Bly needs to be very careful, very patient. And spine crawler doing more damage. He's still got 50 HP left. He's already at 5 kills. Bly needs to be more patient. By the way, those 2 queens doing a good job at attacking this bunker right now. Now the Marines trying to move up, and now the Marines, now the queens are waiting here on the high ground. And because of the Marines providing the vision of the high ground, the remaining Marines in this bunker were able to shoot down the 2 queens, and Bly now rearranging the next spine crawler. The spine crawler is now getting attacked by all the Marines. Bly needs to use his Zerglings to attack the remaining Marines. Bunker will burn down to the ground, and looks like for the moment, for now, Bly was able to hold this attack off. Now it's time to recap. Now it's time to analyze what's left there for Bly. Bly is at 16 harvesters compared to 29 harvesters for Moonan. And once again, close positions, blind hatchery first is so risky. And risk once again not paying off at all for Bly. We see the orbital command will land there for Moonan. And how many units does Moonan have? He's got 4 Marines, but he's got such a big harvester lead right now. I have no idea how Bly will be able to come back. Bly was just feeling a small urge to run in there because the bunker was not finished. Then he decided not to do it, so he's moving back with his Zerglings. Let me check. No, my microphone is not muted, so I should be fine for the moment. Those Zerglings are a little bit indecisive. They're not where go for attack and for the Overmind or for the Queen of Blades. Will I just go for back in the main base and run around on the creep a little bit? So Banelings naced once again by Bly, and maybe this time he will be a little bit more successful. But of course Moonan is anticipating some sort of Baneling all-in counter-attack, and what is he doing? He is building mass bunkers. So I would really Bly to just... those 10 Zerglings could have been 5 drones. And Moonan is investing so much into defenses right now. That's why I think he might be not attacking anytime soon, at least not in the next 2-3 minutes, which should allow Bly to get a good enough economy up, maybe get a 3rd hatch here at the gold, an in-base hatch, or even on the high ground, allowing him to produce much more units. But he's not doing this now. He just saw him getting 7 more drones. He's going for the lair right now, so the drone production a little bit higher like in the last game at this point, and the lair is being morphed in right now a little bit earlier. And once again, speed Zerglings scouting out what is going on. And let me take a look at the harvester count once again. So Moonan at 43, Bly at 41, so they are now more or less equal. But of course the supply lead is pretty huge right now for Moonan. He's got a 24 supply lead. He's lifting up at least 16 of his medivacs, 16 of Marines here in these 2 medivacs. We got 7 Banelings being morphed in by Bly. Where are the Banelings? Here they are. What about this creep spread on the base of Bly? This is not the case right now. There are the Zerglings. There's a queen. There's the 2nd queen. And what is he doing with his queen? Still Marines moving in. Now the Zerglings moving in. Now the Banelings moving in as well. And nice Baneling attack. Killed actually 6 Marines here in the process. Now we see more Marines being dropped and more Banelings being dropped as well. So in the end, Moonan still got 6 Marines left. All the Zerglings, all the Banelings are dead. So 3 queens in total for Bly. Why is Bly moving in there with the queens? Nice transfuse here on the queen. Does he have enough energy for another transfusion? No, he does not. And 2nd queen falls down as well. And Bly is only down to 1 queen, and with 1 queen you can't do that much. And Moonan is moving with his medivac array. Does he know about this hatchery? Will he check for the hatchery? Meanwhile, more forces are running in from the high ground here. And let me take a look at the supply count once again. So now a 31 supply lead from Moonan. This is, I think, more than one-sided. He's even going for the command center here on the high ground. There are the Marines. There are the Marines. And the Marines just take out the spine crawler one after another. How about those Banelings? Still take another 15 seconds for those to finish. More Zerglings coming out. and he just needs to make some damage, needs to make something happen with the Marines, with the Zerglings, but it is over. And Bly once again going for the fast territory, double barracks opening by Moonan, he gets punished. So Moonan takes CraftCup LITE number 33, congratulations to him, and he is showing us how to be aggressive and how to be constantly aggressive with 2 barracks in the beginning of the game, while meanwhile maintaining constant unit production, maintaining economy uprising, no uprising, this is the uprising of the economy. No, he was able to get the expansion out, produce more barracks, get the double refinery. So he has, this was not some sort of all-in of any kind. He just went to apply some pressure. He was successful by applying enough pressure so he had a secure economic lead, and I don't like the decision by Bly to go for the hatchery first. I mean, I can more or less understand it on Xelnaga Caverns, but not at all on Metalopolis. Going there for the hatchery first, it's just feels not right. It's just a risk. You have a 33% chance of it being successful. Actually, it's a 50% chance of it being successful because he scouted the close positions by air with the Overlord, but he decided to go for the hatchery first anyway, and he just lost too much. Just imagine the double barracks against the pool first build, especially with speed lengths. It's no can do. Moonan would have done so much damage at all, so I have no idea why Zerg players still going for those risky moves. I mean, still you might be behind a little tiny bit when you go for this pool first build. Then you go for the hatchery first build, but as soon as a Terran player goes double barracks, dead. So I don't like the strategy, but anyway, congratulations Moonan. He played very impressive, not only against Bly, but for example in the semifinals against Armsword as well, so he deserves this $20 and the victory here in the CraftCup LITE number 33, absolutely for sure. And that's it for tonight. Tomorrow